I like doing giveaways, especially when it gives me the opportunity to take some hardware that might otherwise just be sitting around here in my garage and offer it to someone who might put it to good use. However, giveaways don't always go according to plan. Case in point, this is an AMD Radeon RX 6800 XT from a pretty epic giveaway system that I built and gave away several months ago now. However, it arrived DOA. So what happens then?
Excellent!
Today's video is brought to you by Micro Center, one of my favorite places to buy PC parts, whether it's online or at one of their 25 retail stores in the US. They have consistently competitive prices and an excellent selection of PC hardware and other tech goodies, as well as the custom PC builder on the Micro Center website. Use it to spec out your rig and it will show you parts in stock at your nearest store while ensuring compatibility with your selections. Then you can pick up or have their pros assemble it for you. So click the sponsor link in the description and don't forget to sign up for the free in-store gift. So I actually have the air cooler and the water-blocked graphics card from that build, which has been returned to me by the giveaway winner. But before I dive into the issue with this, I need to give you guys a little bit of a backstory here because maybe you're not fully aware. And I had to kind of build a timeline because I've realized this project it's not quite a year that it's been sort of in the works, but almost that, at least 10 months. So it started back in November 2020 when EK sent me a crazy kit and a big old flight case, which was a bunch of water cooling components that could be used with AMD hardware. A CPU block, the GPU block, a bunch of connective fittings, and the tubing. And when I first opened that up, I was like, this is a really cool kit to build a water-cooled system out of. It's got a nice silver, black, and red aesthetic. So in my head, I was like, all right, I'm gonna do something with this. So fast forward about 4 months, in March 2021, I started to get more parts in for the build. I did an unboxing of those. And then it wasn't until June that I started putting the thing together. June 17th, I posted the part 1 video, and then there was a part 2 video, and then did the final part 3 video at the very beginning of July. In the meantime though, Kyle and I also were planning a summer charity live stream event, the awesome hardware charity live stream that happened back on June 26th. And a big thank you to all of you who participated in that. We were able to raise more than $50,000 through Extra Life for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. So that was a very successful event, and the system being a giveaway to help promote that, I think, was a part of why people were often so generous with their donations. After allowing the giveaway to run its course for a couple weeks, I tweeted the giveaway winners on July 9th, and the winner confirmed that same day. His name was Michael. And at this point, I need to say a huge thank you to Michael, the giveaway winner, for being a very good giveaway winner. He has been very good with communication. He has been very enthusiastic. He was super excited that he won the system, and he's been very understanding and accommodating about some of the issues that we've encountered after the giveaway ended. Starting off with the fact that it was a water-cooled system, and so I asked him if he wanted me to drain it first before shipping it to him, which would allow me to also add a drain valve to it, or if I should just ship it to him as is. He opted for me to drain it, so I did actually a couple videos. They were videos on other stuff, but I included that on July 15th and July 22nd, draining the system, setting it up a little bit better. I let it dry out really well, and then actually went and shipped it on July 22nd. On July 28th, Michael received the PC, and he emailed me. He was like, oh my gosh, it's awesome, I'm so happy. 2 days later, he followed up though on July 30th and said, no video out was happening. So I followed up with a couple emails. I ended up calling him and talking to him on the phone for about 45 minutes, going through some troubleshooting that day. And while we were able to figure out that the system is still working, and Michael had an RTX 2060 from his old system that he was able to swap in as an air-cooled card, he just removed the water-cooled card and sort of dropped it down lower in the case so he could fit in his air-cooled card up above it. But as far as we could tell, it was the rest of the system that was perfectly fine, and it was the graphics card that was the issue. We had one more follow-up, which was after I contacted AMD about the problem, and they said, hey, there is sort of a niche issue that can happen with some of our newer 6000 series cards. If you guys watch Kyle's channel, aka Bitwit, he encountered this with his wall-mounted PC that he built, which is that some older video cables just don't play nice. So updating to the newest standard, either HDMI 2.1 or DisplayPort 1.4a, can sometimes fix the problem. So we ordered a cable, shipped it to Michael, he plugged it in. No dice, unfortunately. It still didn't work. So at that point, we determined we're probably gonna need to replace the graphics card. AMD had to hunt one down because you guys might also be familiar with the fact that there is a graphics card shortage right now, and even AMD's marketing department only has a certain amount of them available, and those had all been distributed. So it took a little while to get a replacement, which should be in the box down here. In the meantime, I shipped Michael a G1/4 bypass fitting so he could undo both connectors from the graphics card and then reconnect those so he could still have the loop going for his CPU to use his RTX 2060 2060 GPU so he could use the system in the meantime. And so after another month and a half or so of waiting, it brings us to today, which is that I have the non-functional card with the Waterblock. This is the air cooler that I also shipped to Michael. Then down here we should have a functional 6800 XT. And there was the option of shipping this straight to Michael and having him do the swap, but although he does have PC building experience, water cooling experience is sort of a different beast altogether, and he doesn't have very much experience with that. So because AMD is working with limited availability of replacements, they were like, why don't you do the swap, Paul? You can test the card, make sure it's functional, and then ship it back to Michael. I can ship AMD back this non-functioning card so they can do a little bit of analysis, but we're fairly sure we know what caused the issue, and that was UPS. Michael said he was watching when they delivered it, and the dude just dropped it like a bag of bricks on his porch, and that was probably enough to crack the PCB, and that's probably why the graphics card doesn't work. All that said though, let's get our new card out of the box. Here it is. And now we can begin today's work, swapping this GPU block onto this card and then making sure it works before we send it back to Michael so he can finally get his giveaway system back up and running the way it was intended. So I've removed the block, and the thermal pads are still in really good shape, so I think I can reuse since they're already cut where they need to be, and I can just transfer them off of this PCB and onto the new one. Also, you may have noticed I swapped in for the Gamers Nexus Mod Mat Mini here because despite, you know, my very controversial initial review of the original pad, this is really helpful for just putting the screws where they need to be when they get reinstalled, and so I'm taking advantage of it. Before I do anything else with this card though, I'm going to get the new card, remove the cooler from it so I can do a swap directly of all those thermal pads. So here is a quick loop that I set up. Got my radiator, pump and reservoir, and the GPU. I'm gonna fill the loop first just to make sure we don't have any leaks or anything before we actually power the system on, and hopefully we have a functioning RX 6800 XT that we can send off to Michael. The loop appears to be leak-free, so now comes the updated moment of truth, and we'll see if this works. Go, 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 go. If we need to use an... Oh! Look at that! Look at that! What you're seeing on screen is being output by our new 6800 XT. The fact that we have a video out is a very good sign. That was the problem with the old card. It shouldn't be the problem with the new card, and it shouldn't be something that transfers over to the new card just by swapping the GPU block, but it still makes me happy. Just doing a quick bit of validation here to make sure everything's working hunky-dory and perfectly the way we want it to. So initial temperatures are nice and chilly. We're at pretty much ambient, 29, 30 degrees. So just gonna do a quick run of Time Spy Extreme here to put a 3D load on the card, and we'll make sure temperatures are staying in check and you know that it's fully functional. All right, our test finished. There's our score. The main thing we're concerned about here is how hot did things get. Not bad at all. 49 degree GPU temperature, 46 degree GPU junction, memory junction, 45.8 for the power delivery, 68 degrees on the hotspot. That's totally good. That's totally what we would expect for a water-cooled card. So I'm gonna say this card is good to go. We can send it off to Michael after getting it packed back up, of course. But one more question I think to answer in this video. AMD wants me to send this card back to them so that they can give it a test. So I am going to pop the cooler, the stock reference cooler that came with it, back on. But why not plug it in and see if it's magically fixed itself? I don't know, probably not, but we'll see. All right, let's see if my reassembly work was all in vain.
I'm not helping for shit.
Can you hold this camera here, Joe? So much easier to plug in and test an air-cooled card than a water-cooled card. There she blows. Well, we have power. Fans are spinning, Radeon logo is there. Of course, the issue was no video outs. If this just works, I'm gonna be so baffled. Well, I'm glad I'm not baffled at this point. Not much baffling happening here. Very minimal bafflage. All right, well, there we go. Outro. The last step is gonna be to let this card dry out a little bit. I thought I had already emptied it, but there's always a little bit of water left inside of any GPU block that you try to air out completely, but that's okay. The main point is we have accomplished our goal today, which is to swap that GPU block onto this new card, test the card, make sure it's working, and now, again, once this dries out a little bit, I can ship this off to Michael and he can reconnect his tubes up and get his system back up and running and functional the way it was intended to be when I first built it, however many months ago that was. In the meantime, I am also going to get this card packed back up and shipped over to AMD, and I'm not sure if they're gonna be able to actually tell me if they were able to discover what exactly was wrong with it. I inspected the PCB pretty closely to see if there were any cracks, and there wasn't really anything that stood out to me. There was like a scuff on it down towards the video outs, but it didn't look that bad, so we'll see what they're able to come up with. I am also going to clean up back here, because that's what I'm trying to keep up with now that I've done a little bit of tidying here in my workspace, is making sure that I put the projects away once I finish the projects, because that's just a good way to do things. But if you've ever wondered what happens after a giveaway ends, and especially what happens in a situation where the giveaway prize, whether it's a graphics card or a whole computer, arrives and there's something wrong with it, whether it's damaged or whether it's just not functioning, this is what happens. We have to sort of ad hoc figure out the problem, get a solution, and of course make sure that the prize winner ends up with the prize that they won, because obviously we can't just leave them hanging. That would suck. But you know, what would, a cheesy transition here. I'm doing a horrible transition, but you know what would not suck would be if you guys leave me a little bit of feedback in the comment section down below. Let me know what you thought of this video, the swap. Do you have any ideas, any like brainwaves on what you thought might be going wrong with this particular card right here? Or was it just that shipping damage that occurred en route? While you're thinking about that, you can also check the video description down below. There are links to my store where you can buy shirts, mugs, and pint glasses to help support me and my channel and get yourself some excellent merch at the same time. Also, if you want to hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more tech videos like this one in the future. Thanks to Joe for being here and helping out today. Thanks to Michael as well for being so accommodating with all the issues with this particular giveaway, and I really hope you get a lot of use out of that system once it finally is functioning the way it should. Thanks again for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.